you!
Yes, you! If you like what you see, please hit the like, subscribe, share button, click the bell to all notifications on if you want to know every single time I upload. I play video games, I do funny videos, I am an absolute crazy ranting crazy person. Please share to Twitter, Facebook, Blogger. I still don't know what the crap Blogger is. And enjoy the video. You're really making me watch Star Trek Discovery again, aren't you? Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42. I used to be Random Game User 42 until I got on social media and started complaining about how bad Star Trek was and decided that it was no use getting into these endless back and forths where people can't even justify what they actually like about this show. I was just going to have to make a channel and change my gaming channel over to this. So this is why I am talking about Star Trek on this channel to this day. I am a huge Star Trek fan, or at least I was. At least I was until I started seeing what was happening to the franchise. And if you are easily offended by people who have a difference of opinion about something like Star Trek or entertainment, then my channel will not be for you. But if you do like my content, YouTube will bury this, so I am only here because you guys want me here. And you talk about me, and you come and check my channel. I make 3 videos a day some days. Yes, it's a lot of content, but there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, considering the fact that now I have a platform to do so, at least for the time being. Let's get into this, and we need the theme music. Now that that's off my chest. All other forms of frustration will not be the riding crop today. Oh no, what do we have for that? To replace it, we have the instant prop comedy of the shake weight. So anytime something annoying happens on screen, I will be shaking my frustrations out on the shake weight and not what is on screen. Now, let's get into this. This is episode 1, and it's already annoying to me. I watched this last night. So this is my recap. What happened in the last 2 seasons? Well, season 1, Michael Burnham started a giant war with the Klingons. It took us 3 episodes to see the ship. They buggered off into the mirror universe for about half of a season. Then they came back, they brought in Spock, and we all know how much Spock is great and wonderful.
I like science.
Nobody asked you, Spock. Then, because Spock and Pike and Number 1 were the only likable characters, they decided to spin them off. And if that happens, that's the most probable one, because they already have all the sets and the crew and the costumes and all of the upfront expenses are already paid thanks to Discovery. And in season 2, Michael Burnham decided to go into the future to stop a computer that was already stopped. We were told that we never mention Michael Burnham or her crew ever again, despite the fact that Michael Burnham had started the war with the Klingons, gotten pretty much everybody in the galaxy affected by that, whether they lost somebody or they served or what have you. Oh, no, just everybody in the galaxy was under orders to never mention this person again. Even people like Harry Mudd, who were sent off, even though he tried to sell the ship to the Klingons, the Discovery, and pretty much murdered the crew over and over again in the most hilarious Groundhog Day episode ever. Oh, Mechaception. I like Mechaception. So, in season 2, we got this Red Angel suit. For some reason, oh, by the way, the name Harpy, that was from the Star Trek fans to describe me. And what did I say about in the middle of season 1, or right at the tail end of season 1, that if in season 2 we saw some giant winged mechanical suit, or some Harpy or something, aka the Red Angel, that was directly because of me. So thank you for recognizing my superiority. I do appreciate it. And thank you for proving how my opinion really matters by sending the countless troll accounts to stalk me on Twitter constantly. Thank you so much for that. I feel so loved, and they're terrified of me, basically, and as they should be, probably, because why? My opinion goes against their narrative, doesn't it? My opinion as a woman of the alphabet community who should By all means, eat this stuff up. I'm telling them flat out, the storytelling is bad. That this whole Red Angel story from season 2 that we're recapping right now didn't even need to happen. They already defeated the computer. Oh, also, Michael Burnham's DNA is in the suit, so it was Michael Burnham from the future, but it was also her mother, because we needed to bring in this mother-daughter relationship for some reason, because reasons and science.
I like science.
Nobody asked your Spock. All right, I'm making myself crazy. We're gonna watch this. I watched it last night. We're gonna recap it. So they flung everybody into the future 900 years to quiet people's complaints about canon, which I stopped complaining about 2 years ago. If any of the trolls actually paid attention to what I said, I find the writing to be childish, juvenile, confrontational, cringeworthy at best, meme-worthy. And you know what? I'm taking these lemons that is Star Trek Discovery and I'm squeezing them. Oh, we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this now. Why am I in a mood? Oh, well, just because I watched this really late last night, and I think I want to run off to Japan. I think I really, really do. If anyone wants to help make that happen. So their recap section is them going through this giant wormhole. She's in the suit, mind you, and their ship is flying behind them. And then we cut over to this dude. He's like our last Starfleet sort of dude in the Federation. He's our last Federation guy ever. He's got a little hollow bird that I was kind of terrified they were going to squash or something or do something horrible to. Because anytime I see an animal in these things, I don't trust what these people are going to do to it. You're going to just hurt us, aren't you? You're just going to do this just to shock us. I'm surprised they didn't, but it's a kind of an interesting alarm clock to have a little bird sort of there they could just swipe away. Still, it's like they had the CGI budget just to have a CGI budget. This guy's whole desk, his whole office, everything about this is just CGI. His desk, his chair, absolutely everything is just... What if you have a power outage? Just saying, what if you have a power outage? Why wouldn't you need a physical object there instead of, whatever? They don't tell you the science. They don't explain the science. That's one of these things. They love science so much, but they never explain it.
I like science.
Spock, warning you, one more, and you won't like what clip I gotta play, because I might have to go back to the field and go and signal the real aliens with the hippies. Is that what we're gonna have to do? I think that might be what we're gonna have to do. So this is just a fake false opening. You don't even see this guy again until the end. This is the reboot. Oh, there we are. And so she crash lands. Burnham is crash landing as she's getting chased through the wormhole. There's another ship there. I suppose when she comes out, it's a little hard to pay attention to, especially when I'm so worried that they're going to do something to the little. Well, here's another thing though. They do with the bugs, because you got the one bug eating the other bug. I get it. They're trying to be Star Wars. Is this trying to be Star Wars? I saw this in Star Wars. Can you not be Star Wars? I want Star Trek in my Star Trek. I want Star Wars in my Star Wars. But don't get me started on how bad that's been lately.
You can't stop me. I'm a Jedi from Jakku.
Oh, and there's the bird for reference. He's kind of cute. Just a little computer one. This guy, everything about his whole office is CGI. She's flying through space in the Red Angel suit because that's something. She's trying to adjust her... See, she would have passed out. I guess they're assuming and adding all these inertial dampeners because the technology that she has was so advanced, considering because her mother was working for Section 31. I guess she got it from the future or the past. I stopped paying attention in season 2 because it got so ridiculous with no explanation of technology. They had paint that records and sends signals back. How? How does that work? Does it have some sort of electromagnetic substance to it? I mean, am I supposed to fill in all of these scientific blanks in my head? That's what they don't understand. That every time you have a piece of technobabble, you need to have it make sense. So she's basically just Iron Man. She's Iron Man now. I guess she's Riri Williams. She would be Riri Williams. She's not even Iron Man anymore, right? So the suit is like all of the technology and information, and it's her computer. It is everything. She gets all of her emergency stuff. She gets like emergency rations and a tricorder and her phaser that luckily she's not pointing in the wrong direction this time. And of course her little Starfleet badge. Order to Discovery. So this is the part that I guess I don't know if I wasn't paying attention to, because let's be honest, I was playing Fall Guys on my other monitor the first time I watched this. She tries to signal her ship. She can't. She goes in and gets all this computery stuff. It's telling her what year it is. The computer is way more efficient of a like the suit in the computer is way more of a tricorder. Like the suit itself is its own ship. Why wouldn't she just bury the freaking suit, set up a camp, figure out how to signal stuff? No, because she uses the suit to scan and figure out, yes, there's life forms on this planet. What kind of life forms? Are they hostile? Are they some indigenous people? Are they animal life forms? Are they people at all? You don't know. It just says there's a lot of life forms detected. That could mean there's a bunch of little squirrels running around being cute on this planet. For crying out loud. You don't know. And you've reached the year 3188, right? So that's what I'm blocking here. Maybe I can make this a little smaller. I was going to put it full screen. You reached the year 3188.
Live readings.
Life readings. Here, this is what I was talking about.
Detected.
Yeah, multiple life signs. Which ones? What kind of life signs were detected? Like I said, they could be squirrels. They could be anything. They could be anything, really. So, here's her reaction. I forgot how bad of an actress she was. This is the worst acting I've ever seen in my life from this woman. Oh, until we get to the later cringe scene where she gets baked. I'm not even kidding. So she flips out like a crazy person. I guess it's because the other ship didn't die too, right? That's why. It's because the other guy that she almost bumped into, he was... So that's fine, but you don't know if he's hostile. Do you? At least not yet. And the wormhole closes behind her that they came through from the past. Alright, so why... This is where I'm confused. Like, if the wormhole's closing and she's stuck here, right... Why not keep this suit? She's got all this technology with this freaking thing. Final signal. Okay, you know what? If you're already in the future, why wouldn't you use this to survive? Oh, you gotta be that much of... This is what really broke me on this episode. Like, right 5 minutes in. Why does it matter? Why are you sending back anything? Seriously, you're sending back your ship, basically. You're sending back something that can protect you in the atmosphere, that has your computer, that has every way to contact your ship. And then you spend the rest of the episode figuring out a way to contact the ship. You already had it right there in your goddamn suit. What is wrong with you, woman? I hate this show so much. It is so dumb. It is so stupid. It is so ridiculous. And if they're making me not be able to suspend my disbelief and I'm questioning everything 7 minutes in, we have a problem.
Then initiate self-destruct sequence.
Why would you self-destruct it? Why wouldn't you keep the suit? I don't understand. They already know where the crap you are in Discovery, pretty much. They're so advanced for their time that they should be able to detect you. I mean, remember, they could detect cloaked Klingon ships that they were trying to detect by going in and jumping in to see the ships they could already detect before they jumped in to detect them. That was in season 1. So this is what breaks my brain on Discovery. This is not a show for people who are actually sitting there watching it. This is a show for people on their cell phones. Some bright light will flash on screen, some loud noise will happen, and you'll know to look up and see kind of the bare minimum important stuff. But everything else is just, you can be playing a video game or doing whatever, or sitting there arguing with people on Twitter, for crying out loud. Because like I said, the people who defend this stuff, and I'm not saying you're not allowed to, but the people who defend this stuff spend way more time trying to tell me I'm wrong for not liking it than they do actually watching and paying attention to this stuff. Because I'm actually seeing what's going on, and I'm questioning this. What? Did you realize what you did? Actually. So she sends it up there, and then she has this weird meltdown, psychotic episode. Maybe you should have kept, I don't know, the suit. Maybe you should have kept the suit. And that would have been your way to scan everything around you. I mean, no, you got your little emergency antique tricorder instead of the super advanced spacesuit. You realizing how much of a failure you are. Hydration pack and emergency rations. I guarantee you that suit would have cooked you a 3-course meal. I was so advanced. Lord knows you could use. See. Here's the thing. I'm gonna go and give you a little secret about Hollywood right now. The actors they choose are not there for their acting ability. They are there because they look svelte and slim in whatever costume they put on them, right? So you can be the best actor in the world. You can be Kathy Bates, and unless you're playing a Kathy Bates sort of character, you're not going to get taken seriously in TV and film and entertainment. They want a certain type because they know the camera's going to add weight, and they want these very slim, petite people to go in and be the costume fillers, right? To be the hangers to hang the clothing on. It doesn't matter who they choose and who they hire and how good of an actor they are. I forgot how bad she was.
Serial number SC006.
Oh, we don't need to hear your serial number. We know. You're Starfleet, blah, blah, blah. Michael Burnham, you're the bestest thing ever. Let's move on. Yeah, you know what might have been easier? Having that suit so you didn't have to lug that around. I don't know why she removed it. Was it super malfunctioning? She should have just buried... And she's gonna go and find the guy who crashed. Spoiler! Oh yeah, full spoilers on this. The whole episode, we don't see the rest of the crew. The whole episode is just her and the new guy who's a million times more likable than she is. I don't know why they didn't just kill her off in the first episode, and then we can focus on this new crew and this new guy and all these people that we actually kind of want to see. Because this whole Michael Burnham show, starting off, this is exactly what they did with Ray. They start off with the most unlikable characters that they're attaching their franchises to. Star Trek should have been an ensemble cast, right? And what do we hear? What do we keep hearing? Oh, well, we have lots of representation and diversity. I'm not seeing any. I'm seeing one character on screen constantly that they latch the entire show onto. And anybody else are only there to fill a Wokemon point. Like, because they're not even in this. They're only there to be used as marketing. This is why I have a problem with that when they bring out, let's use my community here, the alphabet people, right? The LGBTQ plus whatever, and don't get me started, I'm only the B in the alphabet, so they don't even count me as part of the community, right? They use these people. They use us just to market this show, and they're not even in the show in the first episode. And I get it, they want to set up all this stuff, but what does that tell you? You're tuning into Star Trek Discovery, even if you're just tuning into it for representation. And you're only seeing one character through the whole first episode. This was our problem, is that they attached this entire series on one bad, smug, condescending, arrogant character. And she has been in the battle, and she's not any better in this, and we'll get to that. So she wanders off to find the guy who crashed, basically, is what's happening here. And we have 10 minutes of producers. Hey, let's play that game where we count the producers. There's a few of them. Co-producer, 1. Oh, and that's Wally. That's one of their little droids. Co-producer, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 producers. Only 20. I thought they got up to 21 when Red Letter Media counted them. And that's the only reason I even paid attention to how many producers they are. But when you have way more producers than even people on screen in your episode, you got a problem. There's only maybe 5 people we even see on screen, and one of them is a CGI worm butthole. Oh, and fight, because action. This show is just nothing but a bunch of crazy, erratic behavior, boring talking, mixed in with the crazy, erratic behavior, and then an action scene. That's all this is. So we spent about 5 minutes of them duking it out.
I am sorry for all of it.
Oh, too. He's calling her out for being super obvious, and everybody's going to notice her because guess what? Despite the fact that everybody kisses her butt and tells her she's the bestest thing ever, she's not. She's a liability, and that's one of the biggest issues I have with the character is that she screws up all the time, but can do no wrong. Because why? Why is she so protected? Oh, because this is Mary Sue level fanfiction writing. And yes, Mary Sue is absolutely from bad Star Trek fanfiction. And of course she begs this guy, oh yeah, his name's Book. His name's Book. I don't know why that just rubs me the wrong way, but it does.
Comms.
You had a comm that you could contact your ship in that Red Angel suit, didn't you? Oh, and this will be our Han Solo for the series. Yes, he's a cargo dealer. He deals with all these trade people and bad guys and stuff. He's Han Solo. She broke his dilithium too. There's this whole other, well, we'll get into that in a minute. Kitty. Big kitty. That is such a scruffy looking mangy cat too. It's like they couldn't get a cat that looked a little more well-groomed. And I'm a cat person, don't get me wrong, but we wanted a bridge cat on the Orville. The Orville, not on Discovery, where I'm worried that you're gonna do something bad to the animal the whole time. That's what I'm concerned with. What are these people going to do? They're going to get you attached to it just to what? That's what I'm so concerned with, because these people are so bent on being this zealous, crazy. This is like cult member controlling tactics. Get you to fall in love with something cute and then destroy it, right? That's what I'm worried about with this cat. So that's why I'm not going to attach myself to it or care.
You have a very large cat.
Acting? Ever learn how to do it?
Yes.
Does she have a name?
You act like you've never seen an animal in your life before. Even Spock had a pet, for crying out loud.
Grudge.
Grudge. Like the grudge that the writers have against me on the show. No, we couldn't have just had a bridge cat on the Orville. All right, so he's taking her to the mercantile. He's taking her to the mercantile to go and get some dilithium. Then they got to walk a long way, so we get all this boring dialogue. Oh, what's the burn? Like this is what we talked about in the trailer. If you didn't see my trailer reaction,
Burn was the day the galaxy took a hard left.
Oh, what did I say? It's like they know.
One day, most of it just went boom.
Most of it just went boom. Why? Why would dilithium just all of a sudden go boom? That doesn't make sense in Star Trek. That sounds like somebody with some, I don't know, powers might have just, I don't know, done something and went boom. We're gonna have all the that doesn't even make sense. Why would it? I know that's gonna be like the big mystery that they're gonna like set up and not solve halfway through to go off on some dumb other stupid thing. Because that's what they always do. They set up something like, oh, why would that? No, we're not gonna get a payoff on it. And if we do, I will correct myself. If we do actually get a payoff on why the dilithium that does power the starships, you know, except for theirs, they have a giant magic mushroom drive that they can just hook up Stamets to, so he can just, boom, fly them anywhere in the galaxy. See, that's what they could have done. They could have given her some sort of subdermal tracking device and then designed the ship to hook it up to her to read that, and then they could have just spored in, come and got her, picked her up off this planet, and then the series would be over, wouldn't it? But no, they don't think about these things. This is why this is a bad show, because every time they present some difficulty, some trouble, some conflict to resolve, I come in my head and resolve it 10 times better, quicker, and with actual Star Trek canon and continuity on my side. And then they do what? They just show us a bunch of fight sequences and cringe. We're not even at the cringe yet. Don't get me started on the cringe yet. It's the Citadel. It's the Citadel. It's the Citadel. It's the Citadel from Mass Effect. You're ripping off Mass Effect again. It's not like they already did it with these people. It's the Citadel. It is the Citadel. I don't know how many times I can say. That's what I was yelling when I was watching this last night. It is the Citadel from Mass Effect. So he has to go in and trick them into letting her in, but she doesn't have an ID because she's from so far in the past. Yada, yada, yada. He wants to kind of turn her over so he can go off and do some other deal. Wait for it. So he runs off and lets her deal with these guys. You got an Orion. It's like the Orion. I want to call them the Orion Syndicate, and I know they're not, but the Orions and the Andorians are working with this little, I guess he's an escrow agent or something. Like one party pays them and then the other party has them give them the goods. He's like a middleman. Is he a Oh, they explain it really dumb, but this takes the cake. This is worse than Spock singing.
Well, then, Mineral, you are the very model of a modern Major General.
This is worse than any Tilly cringe line.
This is so fucking cool.
It is fucking cool.
I mean, any of them.
This is the power of math, people!
Oh, what did you do, Star Trek? And they start interrogating her. So, of course, she has some unusual circumstances. She can't just answer and cooperate and say. She has to be smug and condescending. So, of course, they're going to do this to her. You know, sometimes people do need the squirt bottle from time to time, and that's how I'm going to start answering anybody who complains to me about Star Trek on social media. So, bite me. And here we are. Just when you thought Star Trek Discovery couldn't get any more cringe, they go in right in the middle of this episode.
Damn.
Oh! She's never, and it's clear she's never partaken ever in her life. She's never, and I get it, this is supposed to be an alien and they explain it away. The cringe! This is ridiculous! This is a ridiculous amount of cringe. She passes out, and then this one's yelling at the other one for adjusting the dosage. I thought she was Mikey Burnham. She can handle anything. She's the bestest thing ever.
This stuff has a real integral consciousness.
What?
Yes, I feel that. I feel you. I get that. I have a friend with red hair. Where did you get the
Smoke weed every day.
That's what. And why does he look more like a Klingon than an Andorian? I'm wondering all of a sudden, as if I didn't already know.
Vintage is a matter of perspective, isn't it? Because to me, you are Agua, but to me, you are Forrest Green. How are you?
Oh, she's insufferable.
I'm dying to talk about it.
No, let's not. So basically, it's like a super hyperactive truth serum that turns her into a combination of a crankhead, stoned out of her mind, drunk, more rude, more condescending, more erratic than she already is.
Today does not happen to people ever.
Ever. Oh.
I'm supportive. I'm so supportive.
I'm sure you are so supportive of that crew that we don't even see this episode.
I'm overcompensating.
Yeah, you are. You're overcompensating for being absolute garbage. A garbage character on a garbage show.
It's a super cool story. It's just in a completely devastating way.
Adley, look.
And this made it to air. They said, yes, this is a good enough take. They said, yes, this is going to get her point across. And I get it. She's supposed to be erratic. This was so good. The cringe. The memes. I am going to be memeing this throughout the rest of the season. What did I say? I can't even be mad at this. Lemons. Right? They're just giving me these lemons, and I'm making the most delicious lemonade drinking their failures. So the other guy, I guess they get into this giant fight thing, and then they break her out.
We left everything that I have ever known.
Oh, it's still going. Oh no, it's still going.
Behind me for the sake of creation, right? If you think about it, let's be honest.
Oh, she she's still going. Is she gonna have this psychotic melt for the rest of the episode? I can only hope. This is the best thing I've ever seen on Discovery because it proves everything that is wrong. Just in this one section that, yes, she's a terrible actress. Yes, they don't know what the crap they're doing. And yes, they're only doing this to be edgy. Because look at us, we can throw in references to things and substances.
Smoke weed every day.
Meanwhile, people like me, the YouTube people, were actually with people who actually worked on the show on screen on some of these things. So keep that in mind.
I saved all the things.
I saved all the things. She saved everything. She saved all of humanity. All the things. That's something I would say.
Oh. And then I shot out of a wormhole and I hit a guy.
And then I shot out of a wormhole and I hit a guy. You certainly did shoot out of a wormhole there, didn't you, sweetheart?
What guy?
Him, you know, he...
Him, we couldn't get Idris Elba, so we had to go with this guy.
Yeah, your couriers are stealing stuff and then colliding with 1,000-year-old women in space.
1,000-year-old women in space. Oh, you're not that... Oh. You're a time traveler. You didn't actually age that much.
But it was temperature sensitive and really valuable, so it's probably ice cream.
Did she really just say it was probably ice cream? It was really expensive and valuable, so it was probably ice cream.
Shut the fuck up. Book.
I get it. It's supposed to be a little, it's supposed to be humorous. I'm laughing at it, not because of it. I'm laughing at how ridiculous that they decided to put this in Star Trek in this episode. And I know they've done it before in the past, so get your panties out of a bunch when you're commenting, because I know my people don't, but the trolls do. And they come into my feed knowing that they're going to be triggered by what I have to say. So sorry you guys in the real comment section have to deal with these people. And then they fight their way out, yada yada, who cares? They get chased out of the Citadel. I know it's not the Citadel, but it looks like the freaking Citadel. They go get chased into Iceland, and then they're doing the shoot 'em up bang bang. Oh, and they've got to jump off a cliff here. Geronimo! So they jump off a cliff into what, the water here. Now, I wasn't clear. Did they transport into the water or just materialize there? Is the CGI so bad? I wasn't clear because it looked like they jumped off and then they teleported the rest of the way down. Is that what happened? Oh, and he's magic. And he's magic and can bring up the plants and the sea life in the water just to heal her by using his magic incantation. He gives the plant an erection in the water so that he can heal her, because at least he's better than she is, and she's finding that people are better than her.
You had this the whole time, and you're...
Oh yeah, so he has the thing that he didn't even need to take her to the Citadel for. I guess for no reason they went there other than just to
Smoke weed every day.
give her a reason to be cringe and erratic and act like she's out of her mind on, the space weed.
Snake leaf induced paranoia cell.
Oh, and surprise, surprise, they're still chasing them. So his cargo is, of course, a space worm. And hey, it's Morn, because I remember Morn. It's not really Morn, but it's one of his species. That's all the show is member berries reference. Didn't this thing nom, what was there, Mariner on Lower Decks, one of these? Well then, that was quick. So he just wipes out everybody. At least all the bad guys. Is this the patriarchy? Is that what this is? Is this the patriarchy? Oh, they teleport away. And now, in the single greatest moment of this episode. That was hilarious, and it couldn't happen to a more deserving person. Too bad it's not the end of the episode. He convinces it to spit her out. She leaves a bad taste in the worm's mouth too. It's not just us, the viewers. See, I call myself a viewer instead of a fan, because to be a fan of Discovery, I would actually have to like it. You know, I'm a fan of Star Trek. I'm a fan of TNG and DS9 and Voyager and TOS, and I'm a viewer of these new shows. So we finally get to Planet Japan here where we can swim off and breed and whatever. It's the breeding cycle. They have a breeding cycle. That's why he smuggled it back. That was his cargo. Oh, because Star Wars, I suppose. And then we bookend the episode. I mean, you better bookend the episode when your name's Book, for crying out loud. With this, where we go back to this guy, where he basically kisses her butt because she's the only surviving Starfleet person. And he's like, I've just never been sworn in. So, of course, she allows him to become a star. And you know what? This part isn't so terrible. I don't really buy that he would still be doing the job. You know, because it's a little Dances with Wolves. Like, I'm at my post. Okay, you're at your post. And the universe is ending, and we need her to rebuild Starfleet because she's the bestest thing ever. Even though she leaves a bad taste in worms' mouths. That is Star Trek Discovery Episode 1, Season 3. And then we might actually eventually get back to the rest of the crew at some point. Oh, there's a next time on. I will probably watch the next one because at least I have to see what they do with my people, right? With the alphabet community. I have to see how well they represent us. Now that they've represented, you know, the baked demographic who are watching this at 1 a.m. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I am MechaRandom42, and I will see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
Damn.